It is because of money, desire for money, love for money. So now, if we are going to talk about liberty, we need also to look at this thing called money. Because until we get the true picture, we get the true revelation, then we could have people that are enslaved by money. And if we are ready to see the scriptures, Paul was warning his son Timothy.
Yes.
And he told him this it is in Timothy, in 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 1. He says, but mark this.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
He's talking to a son and he's telling him to mark this. It is something that he must take very serious. Take this seriously. You get it? And he tells him that in the last days, hard times shall come. So we are looking at the last days, and we are looking at the difficult times. But now, it will be our keynote interest for us to actually find out what is to bring the difficult times in the last days. And the first point on the things that he itemized out, he said that men will be lovers of money. You get it? That is the first point that he states. Of all things that we have to bring difficulty, of all things that we have to bring the difficult times, he mentions out, or he pinpoints out money. So, to us, as proclaimers of liberty, we need to look at that subject. We need to look at the subject matter of money. You get it? Because if until we get to real throw great light over this, that people would be liberated. Or else there are many captives out there. They are captivated by money. I look at certain times, I see women that are working in the sun all day long without even an umbrella. Somebody sits by the roadside, the sun scorches you from morning until sunset.
And that is a day. Remember, they are sitting there for almost a week.
A week, a month, a year, and years.
And they are on the street.
They're on the street.
Under the sun.
Yes. All those, you see them there, and then when you ask yourself, why does this person have to sit in the hot sun all day long?
Sacrificing their body for.
For? When you ask him, why are you seated in this? He says, no, I'm here to look for money. You get it? So, once it comes to this kind of bondage, we need to rise up. As proclaimers of liberty, we need to point out and say, no, there is something that we should learn about money if our people are to be free. Because this is not only here, it is almost world over. It is a threat to all human race. It is not just a threat to a few people. It is to all. It cuts all through age and sex. You get it? So, that's why we get to understand that we need to overcome the money burden, or we need to overcome the money bondage. That is something that we need to. How do you get there? That will be the question. Because money, everybody wants money. I've heard of musicians that have sung. Falanga ye falanga. Sente ye sente. Falanga ye falanga. Manigambo ya ni falanga. It is all money, 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 money.
Everyone is talking money.
Money everywhere.
Money.
And it will really interest you. You know, money itself, I will not take it just as a name. You get it? But it is more like a subject. Why? Because it depends on to what form it is in. If somebody is studying and they want to take money out of you, they will call it fees. They say school fees. You go bring school fees. But when you are bringing school fees, if you ask them what school fees, they will give you amount in money. That is fees, school fees. As long as one is a pupil, a student, money, the charge over the charge that is put upon that person will be called fees.
That is in a school setting.
That is in the school setting. Then, when it comes to business, they'll call it capital. Are you seeing this is something that is so tricky and nobody now is bothered about? Why is it called capital there? And when you cross over there, it is called fees. When it comes to church, it will be called tithe or offering.
So they keep on changing the name.
Indeed. When it comes to the government, they will call it tax. You get it? He has to pay the tax. Are you getting me? When it comes to services, you want, they will call it bills. Bills. He has bills to pay. Which bills are you talking about? These are utility bills. But when the guy is to the bills, it is money that is being paid. Are you getting me? So once we get there, then we get to sit and analyze as wise people. This thing called money here, if somebody doesn't know its principles, if somebody doesn't know how to work with it, it may enslave this person. And this is how it would get enslave somebody. We are here to bring it to somebody's understanding that somebody ought to make money work for him. But we are having the largest group of our people working for money.
So they have reversed.
It is the other way. We say, if one is to be liberated, he must make money work for him. This is the scripture in the Bible.
I need to hear that scripture. I need to hear that scripture.
In the Bible, Jesus himself mentioned something that is so funny. He says that you cannot slave, you cannot work for. He talked of two things. He talked of working for money and working for God. Actually, you know, these are two things that are really technical. I was just looking at them and said, oh God. You get it? This is Jesus.
How do they even work?
And that's what he said. He can't. He said you cannot slave for God and for money. But you know, if you are to, in the statement, it could mean the same. You cannot slave for God and you cannot slave for money. Those two things.
You cannot serve God.
Yes,
you cannot serve money.
That is how we need to bring it. We want to reveal out what is the actual context of it.
When do we reach to that point where we are actually serving money?
Yeah, that is it. Because he says this. He says that for the love of money is the root cause of all evil, all evil, all evil. The love of money. And then, actually, because they use the word love, you get it? We may not know that it is the same thing as working for money. Working for money.
Okay.
Because once we are talking of working for money, then what we are developing what we call a job seeker's mind.
A slave mentality.
You're a job seeker. Now you're a seeker of job. Are you getting me? That means you are bound to something. That's why every person that is given a job is given an appointment letter. And in the appointment letter, there are terms and conditions. That means you are not free. You don't, if you have been employed, then that means you have to serve under particular guidelines. You get it? So here we are looking at how best does somebody then get to be liberated out of this. He gets to be liberated out of this, as we said, that instead of us working for money, we ought to make money work for us.
How is the question?
How? That is it now. Because that is where we want the people to come to.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want anyone to miss this conversation. If you're joining us right now, you have not gone so far. We are just about 10 minutes into the discussion and we're talking money, bondage. How we have money, we say money is a very interesting thing, very nice thing, but when does money become a problem?
Yes, when does it enslave you? When you lose your liberty
And
because of money.
And that is the discussion we're in right now.
Yes.
And now he's telling us, how can we make money work for us?
That is it. Actually, this is the plan of God. Because God said, let him rule over. That means let him make other things work for him.
Let him have dominion.
You get it? For somebody that has got the dominion, it is the others that are subjected to him. It is not him that is subjected to the other. So this is exactly what happened. If you are a person that is working for money, you get it? Then that means you have to labor. You're a laborer. Actually, they are always called, for these that don't have qualification, they are called casual laborers.
And those with qualification?
Those are called professional.
Or civil servants.
Or civil servants. And look here,
All of them
look here. Can you imagine a permanent secretary to be called civil servant? Civil is a civil servant. Is he free?
He's a servant.
He's a servant. Public servant. It doesn't matter what kind of title that you have. You may be the PS. You get it? You may be whatever. You may be a commissioner. As long as you...
Prime Minister.
Oh yes, you are a civil. And as long as you are civil
and
servant. Civil servant.
You are serving a civil.
You get it? You are serving for civil life. Are you getting me? So, as long as it comes there, that's why now we need now to, as proclaimers of liberty, Is the
problem the understanding of our English language?
The problem is knowing what you're working with. Because as I told you, that money changes faces. It has a different face everywhere.
That's
you get it?
It's called salad.
Yes. It has a different face everywhere. Keeps on changing the face. So you may not be so certain. What is he talking about? You get it? Somebody said, they are demanding me fees. You know that one must be. It is all about pursuing education or something.
Yes.
Fees.
School somewhere.
Yes. If somebody talked of tax, you just know government.
It's into business and...
If somebody talked about offering all tithes, you just know it is church. Are you getting me? So this is exactly now what we are looking at. Remember, we began this, originating it right from our national anthem.
Yes.
The first stanza,
the
third line, the last three words that said, free for liberty.
Yes.
So we want our people to be free. But how will our people be free if they are working for money?
And how can they be free when they don't know that they are slaves?
That is one. And two, that's why we said that as long as you are opposed to working for money, which is called laboring or job seeking, then you develop what we call the employer's mind or the investor's mind. We need now to move from the other side of being job seekers to being employers. Of the two, who is free? That is the question now. If you talked of a job or an employee, if you talked of employee and you talked of employer, who has liberty amongst the two? That is the question now that we pose over to you. If one is an employer and one is an employee, who has liberty?
The people who are watching, one of you is one of the two.
Yes. So we said that what comes is that an employer or an investor, you get it? What happens with him is that he makes money work for him.
An investor makes money work for him.
It is money working.
An employer makes money work for him.
An employer, an investor, they are making money work for them.
An employee
is working for money. That is now, who of them is free? That is the notion now. And for sure, is it bad to work for money? No. But if you work for money all your life, then you never have freedom.
There's a problem with it.
There's a problem. You get it? So, that's why when we look at this, we said now, no. We need now to make money work for us. We need now, it should be us to make money our slave and not money make us its slave. Because there are so many people, you get it, that are slaves of money. Take an example of sex workers. Yes. These are sex workers. What is making them trade themselves? It is money.
Desire for money.
It is money. And what joins you is just money. That's not love. No. So we are looking at how somebody is a slave. Is not free. And this money is the one that is governing this man. You get it? When Jesus gave the parable of the talents, I want you to mark this.
Okay.
He talked to 3 people. He said he called up his workers. And remember, this is the instruction that he gave them. You get it? That he called them and he looked at all their abilities. And what did he do? To one he gave 5 talents. 5. To another one he gave 2. And then to the third one he gave 1. That in him giving all these, look at how he told them. He said, work with this. He said, work with this. This is the same way, the statement. He said, let this work for you. You know, if you say work with this, then it is the other that is working. Not so.
Work with.
He told the people that he gave, and he said, work with this until I come. He did not tell them. You get it? He did not tell the money. He told the people, he gave the money. Are you getting me? I don't know whether
I
you
have
get the philosophy.
given you the money.
Yeah, he says, you get it? He gets the money. Huh? And I get the money. You get it? When I get the money, I give it to you and I tell you, work with this. What will I be meaning? Who is working? Is it the money or you?
I am using the money.
Yes. Look, you know, in Fleming now, when you're talking, you get it? It is commutative. When I get the money and tell you, then it is on the other side, I'm telling you, let this work for you. That's what Jesus said. When he gave them the talents.
Is it the same one saying manage this?
If it says manage, still it is now. Who? Because look here. Who are you addressing it to? Because you have 3 things. You have the money, you have the work. You have the money, and you have your staff. You get it? And then you have the boss. Now this one is telling them, me, I'm going. You get it? But he tells this one in command, and he tells him, make this one work for you until I come. Because if money doesn't work for you, then you not make profit.
Make money your slave.
Are you getting me? Let people get to understand this statement. If money does not work for you, then it will not profit.
If you work for money,
you don't make profit.
If money does not work for you, these are the same ones.
Yes, this is just philosophy. Are you getting me? So if somebody says he is making profit, to make a profit, that means money has worked for you. That is what they call a profit.
Money has done what it's supposed to do.
Yes, once money works for you, then that means you make a profit. You profit. Are you getting me? You are profiting. It is money multiplying. If money is multiplying, then that means it is money multiplying by itself. And that is the logic behind business. In business, it is not you who is supposed to work.
It is money.
It is the money. The capital that you put in. It is what is working. And they call it actually in economics or commerce, they call it working capital. Isn't it? You get it? They are not talking about the laborer. They are talking about working capital. So, these days, I don't have working capital. So I've not stocked. Are you getting me? So now we are bringing that. We want to deliver. We want to deliberate a new mind. We are deliberating a new mind that is not going to work for money, but we are deliberating a mind that is going to make money work for them.
We are not created to serve money.
But it is money to serve us.
Money has been created to serve humanity.
That is it.
But because of ignorance of the truth, we have become slaves and servants of to money.
And actually, this is what I need. You know, if the people that are employers or people that are investors, do you know what they do to money? These people enslave money. Do you know they tie money with the bands as if it is going to run? Money has to be tied You get it? Money is a slave. So he ties the money with threads. He ties it with rubber bands. He stacks it. He sacks it. He puts it in sacks. You got it? And he even hires somebody with a firearm. The owner of the money will get a gun with a gun. You get it? To keep this money. It's not a friend. You don't treat money as a friend, no.
It can be taken by anyone.
No, I'm telling you, you don't treat money as a friend. Why would you stack money? You have money there, but you're just hiding it in the pocket.
Why don't I put it on the table?
Why don't you just move with it like a flower or something? You have to hide it.
Inside the
You put it in the pocket. You know, you stack it there. You put it just right at your bum. You even sit on it.
No, even
are you getting how
you put it, you first have to put it in like a wallet. And then
you even zip. Are you getting me?
Hide it in another. Put it in another pocket.
Zip it and then fix it in the pocket.
The ladies, they first put it in a small purse, and then put it in a handbag. And
why?
Then another handbag. Another one.
You have to mistreat the money. Are you getting me? You know that when we get to do all this, maybe we may think, but that is it. That's how you should treat money.
I have seen money entering Bank of Uganda.
Does it go freely?
I see the
and the guns,
heavy guns.
Heavy.
The whole road is at standstill.
Yes.
Money is passing.
Yes.
And the trucks that are carrying these things are amazing.
And you know, what is a banker? A banker is a hole. It is a hole that is dug. That's what they call a banker. We're not a building, as people think, because you just get to move in there and you say, you know, you get it. So we are looking at money, and one way is for us to understand that we ought to make money work for us. And that is what exactly Jesus said when he was giving out the talents. He told the people that he had given the talents, and he said, work with. Do business with this. Are you getting it? So, this is something that has gone off our mind. And all people always treat us, they are training us to be job seekers. They are teaching you, instead of them teaching you how to restrain money, how to tie it, how to control it, they are teaching you to write a CV. And what is in a CV? You're talking of your name, you're talking of the schools that you went to, you are talking of your hobbies, you're talking, you know, your previous experience. Is that what somebody wants? And somebody will base on to that. Oh, this is his CV. Curriculum vitae. This is his CV. He went this school. He graduated in this. He did that. But again, if you are contented with this, then why do you have to ask me for the documents? Why wouldn't you read my CV then? You know, this is all philosophy that ties the world. Are you getting me? So, here, this is why we need now to bring it to our people. We are bringing it to our brothers. Would we change their mind? Because there are so many men are studying and, you know, man, I want to work in a bank. I want to work for this. But there is nobody that is going to say, oh man, I want to establish a bank.
Yeah, I want to create a bank.
Hey, I want to create a bank. While studying, I'm studying that I can be able to put a bank in place. But no, somebody wants to go and work as a teller in a bank.
I want to make a phone. I want to study to create a laptop.
Yes, you know, that is where we want, because now we are looking. We said that as long as one is bound by money, then he is tied to employer mentality, to employee mentality. He's thinking of what salary, how much am I to be paid monthly? That is how he's thinking. You get it? For the other one that is on the other side, to him that is financially liberated, is thinking of how much profit do we make every month. One is asking for profits that are made every month. The other one is asking for how much is paid every month. Are you getting me? So this is a problem now. And that's why we, as proclaimers of liberty, we don't have to keep quiet about this. It is something that now we need to realize that, oh man, there is something that we must know. We must all know that we should not befriend money. Actually, the Bible warns you. And as long as you make love with the money, then you're bound to have
To lose the other friendship.
No, as long as you love money, he says, the love of money is the root of all evil. All evil. You can't go with money to bed. No. Are you getting me? Could we? Because you know that is also another confusion. But Jesus, this is the Bible. That's the Bible. Woo. You get it? He talks of love for the love of money is the root cause of all. That means what would be the simplest way that you could say? Man, you can't go to bed with money. You can't, sir. That is the truth. You get it? You can't sleep with it.
If you find this information vital, please share,
So,
like.
he tells us, so in one thing that we have also to know, that, money cannot be your friend.
It's an enemy.
Oh, money is not your friend.
Use it.
You get it?
Mistreat it.
It is supposed to work for you. You get it? You know, because you may fear. When you have your friend at times, you say maybe he's tired. Money should not be your friend. It should not say I'm tired. You're not tired. It must work day and night even when you're sleeping. When you're sleeping, money should not sleep. Are you getting me? Are you getting me?
Very well.
When you're seated here, money should not sit with you. Are you getting me? When you're in a van somewhere, money should not be there. It is not your friend. It must be at work. Are you getting me? You know, this is something that had gone out of us. Do you know that so many people that are poor, they are poor because they don't want to let money go? Later, man, they are setting up something. You know, he loves to keep the paper money on himself.
He doesn't.
He fears.
Smell it.
You get it? He fears to lose him. Why do you fear? Because all we know about trade, it is the buying and selling. There are two things. There is one that is buying and there is one that is selling. The one that is buying loses money. And the one that is selling loses the commodity. Are you getting me? You know that is the science. But now, here, what would happen is that now, what if in your mind you have befriended money? You think money is your friend. You get it? So, it's your friend, you want to eat. You get somebody is now taking money and buying a cigarette to smoke. Money is not your friend. Are you getting me? So, here we say, do not befriend money. That's why, when Jesus, when you read the scripture, he says, oh, the love of money. The love of money. You know, that is what, I want us to just digest it in the simplest form. He says, the love of money is the root cause of all evil. Are you getting me?
Then, you know this, the media is spoiled us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everywhere you go, everyone is talking about how we should chase after.
You don't.
You go for conferences, they're saying we have this entrepreneurship thing. They're not telling you how to, they're telling you how to, just like you said, they're teaching you how to write a CV, you know.
As long as one is doing that, that means you'll never be liberated. We are talking what can liberate someone. And another thing that you must know, and this is also what one of the mistakes that one guy, there were three that Jesus talked of in his parable of the talent. Now the other one that got 1 talent, the one that got $1, the one that got 1 shilling, the problem that was with him, do you know what he did? He went and buried the money. We are here to tell you something tonight. Do not bury money. Do not put money in dying or dead things. Send it to us, take a movie to be full. Are you getting me? You don't bury money. That's why even, you know it's a crime if somebody died and then you get money and then you put in the grave and put the body. It's a crime.
We saw it happen in Uganda once.
Huh?
There was this rich man.
No, that was a disguise. It's a camera thing.
Hey,
No.
it was not real cash.
If they threw in South African money, Who bothers? You put in Ugandan shilling and you see trouble. And you put in, because South African money is not our money here. So you can put in. You can put in the dollars because it is not our money. You get
So
it?
meaning,
But now get the currency of the country.
So
and they are borrowing somebody, you get 50,000 notes, you get 20,000 notes, and put them in the grave. They will arrest you. You don't borrow money.
so I go to the States, United States, and I use dollar, I buy someone with dollar.
If you have the dollars, you know, if somebody put in the dollar, you get it, he can, because this is not our currency. The dollar is not Ugandan currency. Or if you put in the South African rand, it doesn't. It's not our money. Because you can't, it's not a legal tender. You get it? It's not a legal tender. You can't get a dollar and then go to the market and say, buy, give me this. Nobody will give you anything because it's not legal. But as long as it is legal tender, you get legal tender. Huh? And you go, bury, and then put in sacks of money. We are burying him with the money. They will arrest you. You're not supposed to do. So, and this is exactly what Jesus told this other wicked servant. He called him even wicked. Why? Because he borrowed the money. He put money in dead things. He put money in dying things. So it is also something that we ought to tell you out there. Your business is dying when you put in money again. Because this is stupidity. You've been running the business, and the business is dying, and you think you can resurrect it with money? You don't. You don't put money in dying or dead things. That is a principle. Are you getting me? You don't put money in dying things. You don't borrow money.
What do we use then to resurrect a dying business?
That's it. That is exactly what we will look at. You get it? I've told you, the first thing that you should not look at. You know the business is collapsing, we should add in money. No. The problem is not that. It is not that. The problem is not the money. You get it? Because, what did we say? I told you there is, actually, when we read Proverbs 30, verse 15 to 16, he talks of 4 things that never will say enough. You know, money will never say enough. The grave, what they call the grave, that the grave will never say enough. So for anything that is dying, for anything, as long as the grave element is there, you know what is going to happen? You never have enough. So it will take up all your money. You get me? It is the same thing. You go buy an old car, and then all the money you're putting in, you put in all the money, but still it will not resurrect that car. What do? Sell it in scrap.
Jesus,
that's what people do. Not so. Right. That is exactly what people do. Try, put in. As long as you say, no, I'm going to. Let somebody take it as it is. Then you get some other thing that is rehabilitable. You don't put something is dying and you keep on putting money.
So simply what you're trying to say is we let them go.
You don't allow. You know, I've told you money itself is a slave. So you are getting your worker and you're putting in something that is dying. What is the use? What is the use?
You don't want...
Are you getting me? You know, these are principles that now that we are looking at. Because we are brainstorming something that can bring us liberty. That can give us the freedom. Oh, I get to understand. Truly, that is it. You get it? In the Bible, Solomon, he talks of something in Proverbs 30, verse 15 and 16. He says, a leech has 2 daughters. That's what he said. You know, now people need to know, who is this leech? He says, a leech has 2 daughters. Well, I don't know leech, because I'm not a leech. Okay? It has 2 daughters. To me, as a married man, I'm not so much bothered about the 2 daughters. Maybe you that is not married, you're bothered about the 2 daughters. Let's continue with the daughters. It says, these daughters keep crying. Why do they cry? That their cry is, give. That is their cry. So this is the same thing. There are 2 things in life There are not many, according to the analysis of King Solomon. Because we want to know, how best do I get to be liberated financially? There are two things, there are not many. And these things are ever putting demand over you. It would be maybe it may be an old car. You get it? Every time it breaks down, I'm in the garage, sir. I'm in the garage tomorrow. I'm in the garage the other day. I'm in the garage the other. You just find this is the daughter of the leech. That is what King Solomon was talking of.
Car is always demanding.
It is demanding, give, 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 give. I think that is like a canny. You remember that song of
Yes.
You get it? Every other time, mpaya kakaba, mpaya mutualu. As long as the situation is like that, then you're not free. The thing is ever demanding. It may be a sickness. A sickness. All the money that he gets is for treatment.
You have gone
treatment,
to all doctors,
treatment. As long as we get there, then we are being bound by money. Are you getting me? So that's why we say, as principles that we must all look at, we do not put money in lifeless things. Don't put money in lifeless. Don't put money in lifeless.
Don't put money in lifeless things.
Yeah, don't put money in lifeless things. Because I told you, one of the accusations that Jesus talks of this lazy, he called him, you weak and lazy servant.
Get out of here.
You get it? The weak and lazy servant, what did he do? He put money in dead things. We dug a hole.
To keep with the money.
Can you imagine? You dig a hole and put in the money? That means money is supposed to grow from small to big, not from big to small. Money never descends. Money only ascends. Are you getting me? That is another principle that we must know. Money does not slope. Money only ascends. Money only climbs hills. Money is not like water. Money is not like a river. Rivers all flow downwards.
When money begins to descend,
that is the grave. I told you it is only the grave that has got a foundation that is dug from top to bottom.
When you realize your money is descending, you are putting your money.
This is the grave incident. This is the
something
grave
about your life is not making sense.
You get it? So we want our people really to come out of this. It is something that is very of keen interest, money bondage.
Do you know that these people, let me use in quote, motivational speakers, who will tell you, you tried to do this business, it failed. Try it again, invest again.
No.
What do we say that? What do we
No.
call that? Don't give up.
No, look here. Why? Look here. I've told you the principle of money. You never put money in anything that is dead.
If your business
They don't even look here. Can you imagine that even when maybe your cow died, they don't allow you to make money out of it? It is illegal. No, not so.
Yes.
You don't make money.
Even in my
Yet if you slaughter the cow, which is living, you make money out of it.
We celebrate when cows die in my village.
Nobody.
You don't buy it for free.
Can't you see? So it doesn't make money. So it is the same way that we need our people to. But we are all in this because we want our people to shift from working for money, that you begin to work, to make money work for you. That's why Jesus had to say this. When you read the scripture, in the scriptures it is stated that the blessing of the Lord makes one rich. There are so many people that think it is money that will make you rich. That is wrong.
It's the blessing of the Lord that will make you rich.
Yeah, the blessing of the Lord that will make you rich.
And the continuation goes on.
And it will add no what? It will add no sorrow. But here they tell you that the love of money. So that is something that you must all be keen.
So,
there are so many people that think they should love money.
I have this question. It says the blessings of the Lord makes you rich and adds no sorrow.
Yes, that's the scripture.
Now, there are these ones who have made money, but they're in stress. What is that? That's not the blessings of the Lord.
the one that has made money. And
Okay, they have these businesses, but there's a lot of stress, a lot of debts, a lot of how to maintain, how to do.
No, that is not. If as long as somebody has, what makes one rejoice? According to the Bible, you only rejoice over harvest. You don't rejoice over what you are putting. You get it? If you're getting money to buy a car, you don't rejoice because you're taking the 30 million or the 20 million to somebody to give you a car. Do you rejoice over that? You even bargain, you do make at least, they debate like that. But what happens when you're harvesting? It is only after harvest that you rejoice over the harvest.
You love.
So now people don't know when to rejoice. You only rejoice. You got to read Isaiah 9. I think it must be Isaiah 9. He said, people rejoice. You either rejoice over spoil. Do you know when you get a spoil? You get a spoil when you have fought and won over the battle and you are taking charge over what was not belonging to you. That is what they call the spoil. If it is a harvest, it is after you've grown, they have grown, and you carry the sheaves. You are rejoicing because of the sheaves that you're carrying back home. Remember, this has been in the garden. You don't leave it in the garden. You take from the garden and take home. That's what makes you rejoice.
You remind me of a song.
Yes.
We shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves.
Yes. So only it's when you're bringing the sheaves that now you are what? You're rejoicing. So our brothers and sisters everywhere, I know many hundreds of people, and many will put you in that trap. Don't make you, everybody you think that money must be loved, money must be cherished. Sente nunjinyo. That's what they will tell you. But we are telling you the truth. To one that makes money is ruthless with it. You go to the bank. If you want to know, the people that are working with the money are rough with money. Tying it all ends. They count it in bundles. 1 million, tie it. 2 million, tie them. 5 million, stack it.
And men are standing at the door with guns.
The way they rough up money. They put it in bags and even put a padlock. When they are carrying it with a firearm. Are you getting it? Are these guys friendly to money? Are they friendly to money?
They don't want to discuss.
So now our people have been hoodwinked. If we can get to be rough with money, you chase it, it comes in your pocket and you tell it, I don't want you here, I want you to go work there. Can we get people that can keep on harassing money every other day?
You get the little you have invested.
10,000 is in your wallet. You ask me, why in here? Why aren't you working today? You ask the money. You have 100,000. Ask it. Why are you in my pocket today? Sleeping, idling yourself here. Get out of my pocket. Go work. Do you know with this money, it has an ability to profit. You get it? It has ability to profit itself. So you put in this money, will go work by itself, and then it will make an interest. That's what they call an interest. There is an interest that is made over it. And remember, your joy can only come when you have carried a sheaf. Are you getting me? So to all those that think they are going to befriend money, kiss money,
make love with the money.
Go to bed with money. So many people lie in their shorts. in the short where they are sleeping. Some put it in the pillow. All that money you're putting in the pillow is going to kill you.
You see, I invest that 5K, that 2K invested, let it get out of the pocket.
Yeah, just tell it, command it, tell it, I don't want to see you in my pocket. Go work. Could we command money to go work? Because that is when Jesus gave these people, you get it, what happened? He told them, work with this until I come back. He told, put it to work. We are supposed to put money to work until Jesus comes back. You don't have to relax and say, no. He tells you, put it to work until. That is something that you must always be sensible about. It is something that is so curious. As long as we have people that are, embracing and kissing and romancing money, you are going to die for nothing. That is not how you should put money. You get money and then you go buy prostitutes. That is not the work of money. Money is supposed to work, not to be spent. Are you getting me? Because the enmity of capital is what they call expense. Not so. Who is the enemy? And then so many people now fool themselves and they save. I'm keeping, we are keeping 500 every day in a tin and what. That is not it. As long as you've not made this your slave, this company here, and you send it to work for you, you pile it and then they will take it all at one go. So that is something that you must be very curious of. We need you to be released from a financial bondage. You need to come out of it. Remember what Solomon said in Proverbs 30, 15 and 16. He talks of the leech. He talks of the two daughters, and their cry is give, give, give. They are all those that are the receiving end. All their work is to take from you. Watch out. You may remain a captive. You may remain a captive. Money, bondage as a subject. We don't want you to be like those that are said, man made man and man made man. And you're mad. You have no freedom. You have no peace. Money is not working for you, but you're working for money. Instead of you developing an employer's mind, an investment mind, you're developing an employee mind or a job seeker. We don't want that out into your life. May the Lord help you that you come to your senses. Just like the begotten son, that when he came to his senses, he said, no, I'm just here working for food to eat. He said, in my father's house, they have even better food. They have better resources than me. He said, I'll go back to my father. I'll tell him, I've sinned against heaven and I've sinned against you. Forgive me and accept me to be one of your slaves. It is the same thing. People, let you get to know. Money keeps on changing faces. You smile to it, it will crush you. Be rough with it like the bankers who tie it with bands, tie it with threads, stack it in bags, and carry it with the guns. We are going to do that to you, and God shall be by our side. God bless you.
We thank you so very much. This has been a very transformative information. If it has touched your heart like it has touched my soul, the difference of the two I don't know, but please share. I just hope we would continue a little bit longer because it has been an interesting. We are continuing off air even. We thank you so much for keeping it here. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We are here on DF.TV tackling such interesting topics, 4 to 5 p.m. We thank you for watching and thank you always for being around. God bless you. See you on Wednesday.
Amen. See you Wednesday, same topic. God bless you.